Hello everyone, it's your favorite realtor, Erica Hernandez with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Gary Green. I hope you had a fantastic weekend this weekend. It was extremely hot in Houston and I hope you did what you needed to do to keep yourself cool. Summer is an interesting time in real estate because I get really sweaty from being out and showing clients, and then sometimes I get wet because it just rains all of a sudden. We just started hurricane season. I feel like I watch the news and try to keep up with the weather, but sometimes it's totally unexpected and I always have to be prepared. It's a fun time to be a realtor in this summer in Houston. Alright guys, so since we received a lot of rain last week, I had something on my mind that I wanted to cover today on today's Monday video. And it has to do with the weather and flooding and hurricane season starting, how nervous people get when they're shopping around for homes, and all the questions they ask about flood. Obviously, Harvey was really hard for all of us. Some of us were flooded, some of us were not flooded, but we still had to deal with no electricity, no access to some roads, and things like that. I think in general, everyone was affected by Harvey in one way or another. We were also able to see how neighbors were so helpful to each other, which just kind of brought the neighborhood a little closer together. On this topic about hurricane season starting, I wanted to make this video dealing with flooding and how flooding matters when buying a home. If you would like to learn more about flood zones and flooding when purchasing a home, please stay tuned. Today's video is actually really special to me because I am having Jessica Dieter from Gibraltar Insurance answer some questions that I have had, and just to give you guys more information and keep you educated on everything to do with insurance. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Erica Houston Realtor on Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram, and go to my website at www.erikahoustonrealtor.com. Please welcome to my YouTube channel, Jessica Dieter. Hey guys, I'm going to introduce to you Jessica Dieter. The first thing she's going to address is flood insurance myths.
Hi, I'm Jessica Dieter with Gibraltar Insurance Services, and today I'm going to cover some myths about flood insurance. A lot of people say that they don't need flood insurance due to a couple of these myths. So a lot of people think that they can't buy flood insurance right before or during a flood. Well, that's not true. You can purchase flood insurance at any time. However, in the middle of a flood, if you call and purchase flood insurance, you're not going to be receiving it immediately. There's always going to be a 30-day wait. If you're purchasing a home and you close and you purchase your flood insurance before closing, then your flood insurance will be available immediately on the date that you close. But if you wait till after you close, then there's always going to be a 30-day waiting period. A lot of people think that flood insurance is only available for homeowners. It's available to anyone that's in the NFIP participating community, which is the National Flood Insurance Program. So even with rental, you can purchase flood insurance to protect your contents all the way up to $100,000. So you can protect your personal property. The person that you're renting from should have a flood policy on the structure of the home. Even if you're an owner of a condo or a duplex, or even if you have different rental properties that you have tenants at, you can purchase a flood policy for that. Even business owners, you can protect your contents up to $500,000. The maximum building coverage, a flood policy is $250,000 for a house or a condo, and for business owners, contents up to $500,000. A lot of people think that flood insurance is too expensive. Well, if you're in a preferred risk zone and you qualify for the preferred risk rates, the maximum premium is $482 for the year, and in my opinion, that's well worth paying it versus paying $90,000 to $100,000 in damage out of pocket. The rate actually depends on different risk factors such as the location of the home, chances of your home flooding, the depth, the design and the structure, the foundation, the how high above the expected flood level, as well as what risk or what zone it's in.
Thank you, Jessica, for sharing some of the myths that have to do with flood. Next, I want to share what I commonly get asked by buyers. The first thing they ask is this home in a flood zone? And really, the question they should be asking is, what flood zone is this home in? It's a really tricky way to say it, but I want Jessica to go a little bit more into detail with this, so she's going to give us some tips.
You get a lot of calls, or I get a lot of questions asking, is my home in a flood zone? Well, the answer to that question is yes, your home's everywhere is a flood zone because it can flood anywhere. And I think a prime example of that is going to be with Harvey. There were so many people, about 20% of the flood claims came from people who thought they were not in a flood zone. Well, there's different types of flood zones. There's preferred risk, or at a lower risk of flooding, and then there's people that are in a higher risk of flooding. The low risk flood zones are zone B, C, and X. A lot of times they're going to qualify for the preferred rates. Again, as I mentioned earlier, $482 will cover up to $250,000 for the structure of your home, $100,000 in contents. Now, even if you are in what's a low risk flood zone, some of those homes have flooded before. If you've had 2 flood insurance claims paid out for more than $1,000, you're not going to qualify for those preferred rates. You'll qualify for standard rates. They're going to be a little bit higher. Again, it all depends on once we quote it, and then we'll be able to determine what rate you get. Or if you've had 3 or more flood insurance claim payments for separate losses, 2 federal flood disaster relief payments, including loans and grants, for separate occurrences $1,000 or more, 1 flood insurance claim payment, and 1 federal disaster relief payment for separate losses of $1,000 or more. Basically, if you've had 2 or more losses in the past 10 years on the property, you won't qualify for preferred rates. There's also the higher risk zones. Those are going to start with an A or a V. Elevation certificate is always going to be required. I get a lot of people who say, I'm in an AE zone. Is there any way you can tell me what the rate's going to be? I don't have an elevation certificate. I can't provide you with an accurate rate without that elevation certificate. So please be sure that you get that. Please don't let anyone ever tell you that you do not need flood insurance or that you are not in a flood zone. You got to think about it. It doesn't make sense. There is no such thing as a no flood zone. Otherwise, everybody would be building their home over there. So just make sure that you can give me a call, or you can talk to your agent and they can definitely find out what zone you're in, and then we can go from there as far as what your rate will be.
All right, Jessica, that was great information. Guys, the other way realtors help you with this situation is we're able to pull a seller's disclosure, which should disclose if the home previously flooded or if there's any information about flood zones. However, we don't rely on this information. Always reach out to your local insurance agent for more information about what type of flood insurance is required. And again, guys, you should probably consider getting flood insurance because we are all in different flood zones.
We know hurricane season did start June 1st, so there is plenty of time. It's never too late to purchase flood insurance.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For more information, reach out to me or Jessica and we would gladly help you out. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I hope you guys enjoyed my guest speaker today. I think she's great and I love going to her for answering questions to have to do with anything about insurance for a home. If you need more information about insurance in general, maybe you already own a home, maybe you're renting a home, feel free to contact her. I will leave her contact info in the description box. I know she'll be happy to help you out. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos just like this. And if you really enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Alright guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see you on the next video next Monday. Thanks for stopping by and have a great work week.